I recording? Yeah. It's so hard to do things. Okay. I feel like we should do dancing now. Falling over. Hey everyone, welcome to the Oaklerts YouTube channel. My name is Jessica. Thanks for stopping by. So today's tutorial is all about hair accessories and we're working on the scrunchie. That's right, the scrunchie. I honestly never thought I would be wearing a scrunchie again or making a scrunchie. I mean, I was a child of the 90s, so I know the scrunchie. And I watched the scrunchie die. Nobody wore them anymore. And now every teenager I see has it on their wrist or in her hair. And apparently they give it to boys for something. I don't know. I don't even want to get into that because that's just crazy. So as a notorious fabric hoarder, like, why not make some of our own scrunchies? You know, my style is different now. I can see the appeal of the scrunchie again. I do. It is a much cuter thing to put in your hair than one of these, right? This is cuter than this. This has its purpose, but this is cuter. So why not make our own scrunchies? And also, if we can make our own scrunchies, are we limited to what type of material we should use when making a scrunchie? I think not. So let's test that out today. So today's tutorial is all about how to make a scrunchie. However, I will not be using any of this stuff. This store-bought elastic stuff, I don't like it. Guys, I know that all the tutorials out there to show you how to DIY a scrunchie has you using this stuff, and it will be easier during construction if you use this stuff. But I don't like this stuff. I can't seem to get the right length. I can't seem to get the right tightness. I don't like it. I don't wear scrunchies where I use this stuff. I do wear scrunchies where I use one of these. See that? This is a basic hair tie, and I'll have links for these hair ties in the description below, but these are basic hair ties. I have all different colors here. These are basic hair ties that I normally wear. I have very, very fine, thin hair that does not like to stay in most ponytails. So store-bought scrunchies, not gonna work for me. This stuff, not gonna work for me. This is the only type of hair tie that works in my hair. So, does that mean I can't wear scrunchies? Of course not. It just means that when I make my scrunchie, I have to make it on this. Am I gonna cut this? No, I'm not gonna cut this. I'm gonna show you how to attach this fabric and flip it all on the hair tie. I know, it's crazy. So before we get started, let me remind you to subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. Every single Monday we come out with a brand new tutorial. So if you're a subscriber, you're gonna know right away what we're coming out with. There's also a bell down there, and I guess if you tap that bell, you'll get a notification when a new video comes out. My videos aren't going anywhere, but if you want to see them right away, go ahead and tap that bell. Give this video a like if at any point you like the video, and any questions or comments you have, make sure you write them down below. The first comment, the pinned comment, will have timestamps for every step of this video. This is going to be a short one, guys, because it's very, very easy, but it's going to be a fun one. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be walking you through how to make 3 different scrunchies using 3 different materials. I'm going to be using a minky, a cotton lycra, which is like a jersey, stretchy, and then just a quilt cotton. This scrunchie was actually made out of Liberty fabric, which is like a lawn material, and it's one of my favorite scrunchies. I use cotton thread for these scrunchies because the stretch comes from the elastic inside, and you have so much bunched up fabric that you don't really need the fabric to actually stretch too much. So cotton thread is fine for this. You can see that if you have a piece of fabric that's not quite long enough, you can stitch it together. That's what I did with this as well. Liberty can be expensive to get yardage of, so I just had some scraps and I sewed them together. I don't even think you can see the seam where I connected them, which is great. That's what's great about a scrunchie pattern. A scrunchie is a great scrap busting pattern. Besides your fabric and your thread, you're going to need an elastic band. I suggest if you have elastic bands that you like to wear normally, use those for this project. You can get coordinating colors. You don't have to though. The fabric's going to cover it up. Besides that, you're going to need some sewing needles. I'm just going to be using universal 8012 Schmetz needles for this project. And you're also going to need a safety pin, which is going to help us turn the fabric right side out. So first we're going to step through the process of making the cotton lycra scrunchie in detail. And then I'm just going to kind of fast forward and show you how to make the other 2 as well. So we're actually going to do most of this at the sewing machine. So let's head to the sewing machine. All right, so this might feel challenging at first, but I want to encourage you to slowly give it a chance. So what we're going to do is we have our hair tie, and we're going to wrap our fabric with the short end
so that it's right sides together. And what we're going to end up doing is just sewing along this entire edge around the hair tie. So I'll show you how we do that. First, I'm just going to clip this top together just like that, and I'm going to get it under my sewing machine. All right, so I'm just going to be sewing at a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you can go nice and slow for this. Make sure you backstitch in the beginning. So you just go a little bit and then stop and pull up some fabric, knead it up. Make sure you don't sew the elastic in. So keep the elastic out of the way while you slowly pull your fabric together. Now, the trick to this is not focusing on things that are not directly under your presser foot. If you start noticing all the junk going on over here and the fabric down here flailing around, it's gonna stress you out. But if you just focus on what's on your faceplate right in front of your needle, you're gonna be good. So that's all I do is I just go a little bit, readjust, fold it over. Just keep going. Eventually, it's gonna start bunching up on us and we'll have to push it back. So now you see the fabric is starting to get bunched up over here. I just squish it back because I wanna have lots of room on my elastic to add more fabric. Now we have our scrunchie just like this. So this is what we have so far. What we want to do now is we want to flip the whole thing right side out. So we're going to find one of the ends and then pull one side of one end, and grab your safety pin and stick it in there. Close it up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this safety pin and we're just going to shove it into, so you can see we took it and we just shoved it into the tube. And we're just going to work it through that tube. Just like that, and then pull it once we can't really push it anymore, and then just push, 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 push. Just trying to get that safety pin to the end, and we did it. So now we're just gonna gently tug around it. There we go, and there's the end of our fabric. We can take our fabric and just gently pull it, and then there we go. See? Look at that. That's a rewarding feeling. You're going to have to push this back a little bit while you're trying to unravel it, but it all comes out. And there you have it. Scrunchie. Right? So cute. So let's close up these ends. This is the part I actually find a little bit difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end, and what we want is we want it to be as flat as possible. So I'm going to take this end and push it out of the way, grab a wonder clip, and I'm just going to clip it just like that. See? So now it's just pushed out of the way. I need more wonder clips. No, I don't. I'm good. So now I'm going to take this end, I'm going to take the opposite end that's not clipped, and I'm going to fold it under. Now, if you want to be precise, you can be precise. Fold it under enough, right? 1/4 inch or more. Just fold it under. All right, so I have it all folded under, see? It's all folded in there. Now to keep it in place, I'm actually gonna take some clips and I'm just gonna clip that fold so that it's not going all over the place. So now what we have to do is we have to take this end and put it a bit in here and then sew it shut. So I'll show you how to do that. So now we have this end over here. Once again, I just want this to be as flat as possible. And if you have a preference, you see how I have the seam up on this side and then I twisted so that this seam was up as well. So that way they kind of match up. No one's gonna notice if they don't, but if that's important to you, then take the time to do that now. So now I'm gonna flatten this piece, which is the raw edge side, out just a little bit. And again, I'm going to clip this fabric to the elastic that's inside. So I'm not working with scrunch, right? I'm working with the flattest piece I can get. Okay. So now you're gonna take the raw edge side and you're just gonna kind of work it in to the folded edge side, okay? All right, so now we have it inside of there. So I'm again just gonna kind of pin it. And you can even use metal pins right here. It might be easier actually. Still wanna keep this fabric pinned out of the way. This one, pin it. So here we go. So now I have a somewhat flat piece of fabric here with the raw edge inside of the folded over edge. Now I'm just gonna sew at about 1/8 of an inch of a seam allowance right along this edge, obviously on the folded side, to close this up. So let's do that. Since cotton lycra is a bit slippery and we have bigger seams here, I'm actually gonna start stitching 1/4 inch or a little bit more into the fabric, and then I'll back stitch a bit and then go back. So I'll show you. So I'll go in, back stitch a bit, and then back in. And that's just gonna make it so I'm not fighting my machine to get over that slippery, thick seam. And then back stitch again. All right, so here's our scrunchie. And see, we have the seam here, which is gonna be noticeable to you right now, okay? You made it. You made it. It's gonna be noticeable to you right now. But watch this. Let's trim those edges while we can. Okay, so now you just scrunch it all up. And where'd it go? Where's the seam? Where is it? Okay, it's good. And adorable, right? Look at this. This is so cute. So now we're gonna kind of run through the other 2 scrunchies we're gonna make. We're making a minky scrunchie and we're making a cotton woven scrunchie. And I'm just gonna show you real quick how we do that. I'm gonna fast forward through most of it just so you can see that it can be done and you can see if it's any more difficult than this. But these things are quick sews and they are extremely satisfying and they are adorable. I mean, if you like scrunchies, make them for yourself. If you've got young ones in your life, if you've got teenagers in your life, my heart goes out to you, okay? Make them a scrunchie. Maybe it'll make them happy for like half of a second. I don't know. So let's run through the other ones.
That's it. It's so easy to make these, and then you end up making like dozens and dozens of them, and then you have to like find people to give them to. These are a super quick sew. They're very rewarding. They're very simple. You can see we used all different types of substrates and they all came out great. The minky, because it is a thicker fabric, it was a little bit more difficult to pull through, but if you take your time, it's fine. And who knew? Scrunchies are making a comeback. I gotta be honest, when I first heard it, I was like, no, I don't like scrunchies, because again, for somebody who has very thin, fine hair, scrunchies were always made for girls with big, poofy, curly hair. And I didn't have that. And so I would twirl it and twirl it and twirl it and twirl it until I had like a cone, you know, like this big on the back of my head that was all scrunchy with a tiny piece of my thin little strand of hair just sticking out, you know, and it was not a good look for me. So I was not happy when I heard the scrunchies were coming back. But once I realized I can make my own scrunchies using hair ties that are actually flattering for my hair, I got pretty excited. So you can see, I mean, it's a cute look, right? That's a cute, messy, I gotta go out, I gotta take care of stuff, but I got my scrunchie in. That's a cute look. So thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope this tutorial helped you if you want to make your own scrunchies. Don't forget that if you are a shop that sells these scrunchies that are custom made, make sure you link your shop down below so that anybody coming to the video can just reach out to you directly. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. It means the world to me, and also you will get first notice on all videos coming out. I encourage you, if you're on Instagram, to come find me and follow me. I post a lot of this stuff on Instagram, and I post a lot of things that I'm working on for future videos on Instagram. So if you want to get a little sneak peek of what's to come, make sure you follow me over there. My Instagram handle is @OaklerRoots. That's me. Anything you make that you want me to see, make sure you use the hashtag OaklerRootsToots, and I'll be looking for you every single day. Thanks again for stopping by. Get out there and make something. Bye!